Welcome aboard to this week's cruise chat. I'm going to be meeting with Andrea from Windstar, and we are going to be looking at some of their lesser known itineraries, some of their destinations that are just not North Americanized and so amazing to get into. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this week's chat. So we're going to go right over to this week's episode. Everybody, and welcome to this week's cruise chat. I'm Kathleen Penner, owner of Plenty of Sunshine Travel, and today I'm joined by Andrea. And as you can see, Andrea is from Windstar Cruises, and I am very excited to meet with you again today. I've had the pleasure of meeting with you one other time, so we do have a playlist for Windstar. If you want that great brand overview that we did, go and check that out after this video. But I'm really excited about what you're going to talk about today, so I'm just going to turn it over to you, and away we go.
Thank you, Kathleen. It's always such a pleasure not only to see you in person, but to be with you on this webinar. And I truly appreciate you inviting me here. As hopefully your guests will know, you're a part of the Virtuoso Travel Consortia, and they are one of our top preferred partners. So as such, I want everybody to know that in speaking with Kathleen, when you do make your booking, you're going to get the benefit and the advantage of all the Virtuoso Travel amenities that we give to our travel advisors who are part of this team. I am thrilled today to be with you to talk to you how Windstar Cruises is 180 degrees from ordinary. And many of you and many of your clients, Kathleen, might be wondering, well, who actually is Windstar Cruises? They haven't heard of us. I know we're not a household name, although I'm working on it and I truly wish we're going to get there. I am the regional sales manager for Canada with Windstar Cruises, and my job is to work with our valued and preferred travel advisor partners who will then pass our information over to you. Kathleen, you've got the experience of knowing that Windstar Cruises is all about small ship cruising. And as such, we're able to take travelers, your guests, in a completely different direction. And what do I mean by that? Well, because we're small, and in order to be categorized as a small ship cruise line, we have to carry less than 350 guests on any one of our ships. So it truly is that intimate small ship experience, no lining up, no jostling for space, no elbow in your way. There is space for everybody. And it's that true kind of like a river cruise experience for those guests of yours that have been on a river cruise. That's what it's all about. Going to all these little off the beaten path places that we're able to do, again, because we're small. So that's what I mean about taking guests in a different direction.
Yes, and you're perfectly sized. Sorry, I apologize to interrupt there. Yeah, you're perfectly sized.
Listen, you have to, because you know I don't come up for air, Kathleen. But I'm going to show a short little video that I hope will encapsulate everything that I want your guests to know, and then I'll carry on from there. Thank you so much.
The wind and stars have guided seafarers for millennia. And now it's your turn to discover their magic on Windstar's iconic Wind class and luxurious all-suite Star Plus class yachts. Revel in the nautical traditions of the sea as white sails unfurl, pulling you towards hidden lagoons and untouched beaches on our Wind class. Or rejoice in the newly transformed Star Plus class with 277 square foot minimum suites that promise a constellation of comforts and amenities beyond your wildest dreams. No matter which yacht you choose, you'll jump directly off the water sports platform at the back of the ship and can join your captain for navigation lessons on the open bridge. Customize your experience with all-inclusive or cruise-only fares. Come, the wind and stars are waiting. Wherever you want to go, Windstar knows the way.
Well, Kathleen, I know you still have yet to travel with Windstar, and we can't wait to welcome you on board. But I hope this has given an insight into the two different types of ships that we have with Windstar. Many people who have heard of Windstar or who hopefully have sailed with us kind of think, well, Windstar Cruises is that company that has those beautiful sailing ships. And they're right. But I want them to be aware, of course, of the fact that we also have as guests can see in the front of this picture, in the foreground, 3 what we call our star class ships. These were taken during COVID. We purchased these from another luxury cruise line called Seabourn Cruises. We took them into a shipyard during COVID, and we did something quite remarkable. We split these ships in half and we stretched them. And we added in a prefabricated section, which allowed us to go from 212 guests at the time to an additional 312 guests. We've added in specialty dining restaurants. We've increased the size of our shop, our retail facility, our spa, our room sizes are 277 square feet. They are all suites with walk-in closets, marble bathrooms. All the bathrooms or washrooms have been refurbished. It is amazing. So we have 3 beautiful sailing ships and 3 of these star class ships. And just indulge me again, because I'm going to put on another video, which I guess will put into better words than I can, exactly what the 2 different type of ships that we have. So once again, everybody, we're back to watching a video. Enjoy, everyone.
There are those places on Earth we call hidden gems, because big cruise ships can't find them. Places that few will see, but the ones who do will remember forever. Where we use our navigational skills to steer clear of the expected. These are the places only a Windstar cruise can take you. So unlike the big cruise ships that only go to big cruise places, Windstar takes you further and gets you closer to the tucked away ports and pristine isles only itineraries designed for a smaller ship can reach. You'll chart your own course. Whether you're getting lost in the past, catching up with local culture, or going off on your own adventure, you'll always arrive back to the ship with plenty of stories to share. So why not try a dish you can't pronounce? Find a secluded spot to sunbathe. Bring home an ancient recipe as a souvenir. You'll visit all 5 senses before you hit the first port on the official cruise line of the James Beard Foundation, with exceptional locally sourced dishes, prepared by world-class chefs. From dining al fresco to coffee with the captain, you'll enjoy welcoming, highly personal service that's been named the best on the seas. Because at Windstar, we believe the smaller the ship, the grander the journey, for travel that's 180 degrees from ordinary. Welcome aboard.
So again, I just want to point out, Kathleen, and I think you certainly know this after all our sessions together and the updates that we've had together, but our sailing ships are absolutely beautiful. However, this is still a cruise. Windstar guests do not stand barefoot on deck and help raise the sails. Our guests stand with a cocktail in their hand, and these beautiful sails are hydraulically unfurled as we sail from one beautiful destination to another, or as we leave port. Understandably, when there's not the wind to take us, we will switch on the engines and obviously motor off to the next port of call. But it's a beautiful representation when these sails come out and people think, it really is a wonderful emotional experience for me nonetheless.
Yeah, that would be quite a sight to see. Goodness,
it is fabulous. Going from one little island to the other, it is absolutely stunning. But for us at Windstar, with the small ship experience, it's all about being able to take guests, as I mentioned initially, off the beaten path to unique places, to captivating places, to places that the big ships simply can't get to. And if they do get to some of the same ports that we go to, invariably they dock way out to sea and guests have to tender in for a while. Whereas with Windstar, in many, many instances, and let me say, like that river cruise experience, we dock right in port or very close to it. So if guests are going to tender in, it's going to be a very short tender ride to port and back to the ship, of course. But it's all about the unique destinations that hopefully when your clients go online or when they speak to you and see the ports of call that we go to, some of them might think, I didn't even think you could get here on a cruise ship, or I've never heard of this place before. And that's what makes Windstar that true 180 degrees from ordinary. Because I keep saying
the tenders, I completely agree, because I just got back from Iceland and I was on a small ship and there was another larger ship there. And as it was time to go back and we're just, kind of meandering over, we saw this huge lineup And we're like, oh no, what happened? And we look and nope, our side, you just walk right on. And yet
That's
they had to
exactly.
wait 5 and 6 or more tenders. Why spend your day queuing up when you can spend your day exploring? Absolutely.
100%. And for us, again, on that note, without waiting for a tender, we get our guests to see what they set out to see in the first place. So it's not just getting to a destination, well, I'm here, checking it off your bucket list, taking a picture to prove that you were there, buying a souvenir, maybe having time for a quick drink. And then, as you say, you've got to stand in a long line to get on the tender so you can get on the ship and sail off very quickly to the next destination. For us, in many instances, we will arrive early, we will leave late at night, because we want our guests to have that true immersive experience in these amazing destinations that I've been speaking to you about. So for us, trust me, Kathleen, when you and hopefully many of your guests come on board Windstar, we will create those memories that are going to certainly last a lifetime. And it extends to our shore excursions as well. Because we're small, we're obviously going to operate small shore excursions where you don't have lots of people lined up and gathering to hear the tour operator or the tour leader. We get people to really engage in a real cultural experience with the locals, and that's exactly the experience that we want our guests to have.
That's what you're there for. Absolutely. Yes.
Absolutely. So for us, again, part of that 180 degrees from ordinary difference is that we travel in what we call understated elegance. No formal nights on Windstar. So no jackets and ties for the men, no long gowns for the ladies. And for us, and I think many people, that's what they want. They don't want to have the issue of traveling with all these clothes. Look at the airlines. Many people now are just taking carry-on baggage. I certainly can't do that on a cruise, but kudos to those who can. But again,
successfully done it either. It's impossible.
But the nice thing is, as we're saying, when you are in these beautiful destinations and you think, I simply don't want to leave, you don't have that urgency, that frenetic experience where you have to dash back because you've got a table sitting at 6:30. Here in our main dining room, which is in Fora, come in anytime during meal hours, ask for a table for two if that's what you want. 4, 6, 8, if you've met wonderful guests or if you're traveling in a group, we are able to accommodate you at any time. To that point, many guests have said, well, I've had such a glorious day, I'm exhausted, but I'm hungry. If they order in their suites or in their stateroom off the main dining room menu during meal hours, we will serve them course by course as if they're sitting in the dining room. So it's not just a ring at the doorbell or a knock at the door with one tray and we say, enjoy your meal. We will serve them course by course as if they're sitting in the dining room. And there's a perception that you think, well, on a small ship, is there going to be room for everybody? Absolutely, yes. On a small ship, nobody has to get up early in the morning or pull the short straw and have to get up and go and place their towel on a deck chair to say there is room for everybody. And that's what's so nice. It's a relaxed, unregimented experience where, again, nobody has to get up early to be first in line to get on the tender. Wake up at your leisure if you don't have a shore excursion booked early. That's the Windstar difference, and that's why we can say 180 degrees from ordinary. And of course, because we're small, as I mentioned, there's that freedom from crowds. Nobody wants to have thousands and thousands and thousands of people that they have to contend with. As you say, pull a number to get onto the tender or stand in line at the buffet. This doesn't happen on a Windstar ship. So for us, I think it's so important, Kathleen, to make everybody feel important and feel like a VIP. Nobody wants to be just a number, right? Everybody wants to feel important. And we're able to do that because of the fact that we are small and we get to know our guest's name on day 2. Well, if that doesn't make you feel important, we know your names, we know your preferences. It's as if, and we want that experience, it's as if guests are traveling on their own private yacht. We're able to do that because we have a ratio of crew to guest 1 to 1.5, which is quite remarkable. And to really put that into better numbers, it's for every 3 guests, we have 2 crew members serving them. So it really is a phenomenal experience where you're made to feel not like a number, but somebody important on Windstar. So I hope your guests are chomping at the bit, literally and figuratively, and thinking, well, I wonder what the food is like. This is sounding good. Well, as I always say, no cruise line, no company is going to say, our food is mediocre. We're all going to say our food is excellent, and I'm also going to say that. But I can absolutely substantiate that because we are the exclusive partners of the James Beard Foundation. James Beard is an organization that recognizes globally top chefs, top sommeliers, top mixologists, and they come and train our chefs and our crew how to create the most wonderful mouth-watering meals, some examples of which I'm showing you here. I hope everybody's had something to eat.
Yes. Oh,
again, we have all these amazing meals obviously offered in all our venues. Now, I want to say to you, Kathleen, and obviously to your guests and your clients, for those guests who are true foodie clients and who want that true Epicurean experience, please speak to Kathleen, because we have many James Beard Foundation themed cruises where you will be sailing with the actual chef. You'll be doing shop with chef, where you go off into the little markets in the little villages and the little towns, choose your meals or choose the ingredients, and we send it back to the ship. You're going to do wine pairings, whiskey pairings, and have wonderful cooking demonstrations. So it is really that true experience if you are a foodie. And let me say, even if you're not, Kathleen, you're aware in our brochure, we've got our new brochure coming out in this week actually, as well as online. We've got some exciting itineraries that are exclusively James Beard Foundation themed. Here are some that I'm showing you here. We're doing Middle East. We've also got another one that's doing Spain, Portugal, and France, which is fabulous. This is all for 2024 that I'm showing you here. And again, while we're talking about food, I just want to make mention of the fact that we're not an all-inclusive product, Kathleen, which I think you know.
Yes.
We give guests the option to either purchase cruise only. If somebody says, well, look, I don't drink alcohol and it's not important for me to get Wi-Fi, why should I have to subsidize somebody else's alcoholic beverages? I just want to purchase the cruise only, and if I want one drink before dinner, I'm okay to do that. So with that in mind, we offer some beverage packages. We have for $65 per person per day, an unlimited package of all the top alcohol, all the hard liquor, as well as beer and wine. If guests just want beer and wine, it is a $55 value per person per day, and they can get however, and it's unlimited. I know that on some cruise lines, you have a limit as to how many beverages you can have a day. Right. With Windstar, it's unlimited. But in order to kind of avoid all this, we have our all-in package, which is $89 per person per day. And Kathleen, that includes not only our top beverage package, which would be the $65, we also include the Wi-Fi package as well as the gratuities. So it is a fabulous, fabulous deal where your clients are truly going to save a lot of money if they purchase this in advance, and then it becomes like an all-inclusive. Right. However, if you have a party of two, let's say, traveling together, and one person says, I don't want this, I want cruise only, we don't dictate or stipulate that both people in the party have to buy the all-in package. One guest can buy cruise only, and one can buy the all-in package. Okay. You heard, and I hope people saw from the video, we have an open bridge policy. I had mentioned people can feel like they're on their own private yacht. No restrictions. Let them go into the bridge, speak with the captain early in the morning. We have a special coffee with the captain, or at night while we're sailing under the stars, go and have that experience. Here, my husband and I, when we did our Iceland tour, believe it or not, this was 11:30 at night, the land of the midnight sun.
So here, the midnight sun, yes, absolutely.
Exactly. Here we were really steering the ship, but they just gave us a photo op. What can I say? Well, it's a lot of fun to take advantage of that.
And of course, memory, right? You get to sit in the captain's chair and just feel this is awesome, when you got that view.
But they also explain everything, and whatever questions you have, it's just nice and interesting. You don't have to be an avid sailor. It's just nice and interesting to do something like that. All our ships have a water sports platform, and when it's safe to do so, obviously, when we're not docked right in port, guests are able to take advantage of all the free and complimentary water sports, which does not include scuba diving. That's the only thing, is we have to get a PADI certified diver. So, of course, but snorkeling, kayaking, motorboats, everything that we have available is complimentary, and it's done on a first come first served basis. Now, speaking of this, again, I hope your guests are chomping at the bit to hear about all our different destinations that we go to. Unfortunately, in the interest of time, I can't go through them all, but they are on our website, as well as obviously your clients are going to contact you, Kathleen. But we have a very robust portfolio. And I'm going to start out with Tahiti. We do Dreams of Tahiti, which is the Society Islands, as well as the Tuamotu Islands. And after this slide, I'm going to show yet another video. But people need to know that we've been there for over 35 years. We have an all-year-round program, and in February next year, we're taking one of our star-class ships, which takes 312 guests, into Tahiti permanently. Currently now, we've got one of our small sailing ships that takes only 148 guests. We want to double capacity and give guests that all-suite experience in Tahiti. Greece for us, outstanding. We're going to double our capacity in the Greek Isles. Can you imagine sailing in these small little sailing ships from one Greek island to the other? And it's not only Santorini and Mykonos. People think the Greek Isles. We go to Monemvasia, we go to Nafplio. And if you look at the picture just below Treasures of the Greek Isles, we're small enough to go through the Corinth Canal. So that's something really unique with Windstar.
Yes,
we also do
ships can fit in there, so that's amazing to get that experience.
That is exactly. We also do around Iceland. We do a circumnavigation of Iceland, a very expensive destination. But we start in Reykjavik. We actually go anti-clockwise and we end up back in Reykjavik. But guests actually get to see every part of this beautiful small country. So that's a fabulous experience. We've got some itineraries that include Greenland and some that do a transatlantic, Kathleen, back to Canada. So from Iceland, you can go via Greenland and come back to Canada. We've also got a Canada-New England itinerary. You can see we do classic Italy and the Dalmatian coast. You know how popular Croatia is. So we do the Adriatic Sea, the Dalmatian coast, beautiful ports of call, Montenegro as well. Ancient icons of the ancient world, Greece and Israel. So people who love that faith-based experience, we do Israel, we do Greek Isles, souks and sherries, where we do Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. And as I promised, I just want to tempt people again and show you a little video of Tahiti, because I would be remiss, since we're there all year round, I want people to experience what we do in Tahiti. Beautiful destination in French Polynesia.
Windstar's roots are in French Polynesia. What makes us the expert in French Polynesia is just how immersive the experience on board our ships really is. The people, the cultures, and the warmth and friendliness which comes with it. And then you pair this with the beauty of the islands, and you've never seen as many shades of blue and turquoise in the water. You have a match made in heaven. It's paradise. Being on a small yacht in French Polynesia is just the perfect way of seeing these islands. First of all, every day you wake up in the morning, you open your curtains and you see another beautiful spot in this lovely country. On a small yacht, it's perfect because we can go into bays where the big ships just can't go. Because we've been here since 35 years, we've really deep-rooted relationships with the local population. You get to meet Tihoti when you go up the Faro River on a private boat, and he explains to you how nature and humans are interacting, and you stop and get fresh coconuts and fresh fruits, and you get to learn about how the river interacts and helps flourish everything there is. So it's really deep, immersive experiences such as this one, which are led by our local partners, which make it a unique experience. The nature, the colors, the people, the friendliness, the warmth they show you, and their mana, which is their energy. It's Windstar's paradise to be in French Polynesia.
Kathleen, I hope you're excited about going to these beautiful destinations as well. I'm going to continue with some of the other destinations, and we are very, very big in Costa Rica and Panama Canal. We traverse the whole of the Panama Canal, which takes a day. But again, as I say, on a small ship like Windstar, you're actually immersed in the experience. When the locks open and close, our ship rises up and down, and you feel it. You feel the experience as if you're right there in the experience. You're not on a big, huge cruise ship looking down. I mean, this is an incredible engineering feat. No matter how you do it, it's still remarkable. But to be in the experience is the Windstar difference. Let me talk about the Caribbean. You know, your guests, they might say to you, it's winter, get me out of here. I want to do something exciting and warm. And of course, for our clients in Canada to get to the Caribbean, it's not that much of a big deal. That being said, we have got some amazing places, and some of your guests might say, I've been to the Caribbean so many times, but I urge you to encourage them, and I urge them to look at the ports of call: Virgin Gorda, Jost van Dyke, Little Bay, Montserrat, Gustavia, which is St. Bart's, all these places that honestly the big ships simply can't get to. So it is a wonderful getaway and a fabulous experience being able to go into these small little ports.
Yeah, I've always said, if you think you've seen all of the Caribbean, think again, because Windstar will get you to those places that you didn't even know existed, and they're not North Americanized. So it's the true, authentic experience, which is what I crave and my clients crave for as well.
Well, I appreciate that, because we don't leave from Miami or Fort Lauderdale. We go in and out for the most part from St. Martin, as well as Bridgetown in Barbados. So sometimes San Juan as well in Puerto Rico. But you actually nailed it, Kathleen. I mean, you know your stuff. But we don't leave from the Miamis and Fort Lauderdales to get to the Caribbean. Right. So again, let me just touch again. Our European itineraries are absolutely outstanding. Mediterranean, you heard, of course, me say the Greek Isles, beautiful itineraries. And I have already mentioned the James Beard Foundation themed cruises. What we also do as a themed cruise, Kathleen, is we have once a year in Monaco our Grand Prix, which takes place every year in May. So for your racing car enthusiasts or Grand Prix enthusiasts, let them look at that. And I'm going to say now something brand new that we're actually starting in November this year, so not too far away, running from November to February the following year. We have now started going to the Middle East. Very exciting for us. This is a new destination, particularly, well, for people who want to experience it, but for those clients of yours that have done so much cruising. They've done Alaska, they've done the Mediterranean, they've done the Caribbean. You know, they want something new and exciting. But again, even for those guests who want to see this unique destination, what we do for the most part is 10 of our itineraries are going to be what we call sparkling cities of the sparkling sands and cities, and it's primarily going through the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. So we start either in Dubai, do Abu Dhabi, do Doha in Qatar, and then we end up in Muscat, Oman. Obviously, we will do it in the opposite direction. So that will be the bulk of our itineraries. If you look on the on the left-hand side of your screen, you're going to see the Red Sea and the Suez Canal. So we're going to be starting either in Saudi Arabia, in Jeddah, and going up the Red Sea to the Suez Canal. We're going to go to Egypt and Jordan, or alternatively start in Jordan and go to Jeddah. So some exciting itineraries, something to look forward to. And something that I also want to add before I continue with Middle East is starting in April. We've just got this exciting news. Starting in April, we're going to be going to the Canary Islands. So a lot of exciting destinations, but I want to reassure your guests as well. I mean, look at these ports of call that you think, well, some of them I haven't even heard of. Obviously, we're going to be taking people, our crew, our ships, and of course our guests, your clients, to destinations that are obviously safe, where women are going to be welcomed and respected, and it is a very warm and inviting culture. So a really safe destination. We would not risk anybody by taking them into ports of call that are not obviously researched. I will say that alcohol will be served on board Windstar, except in Saudi Arabia. It is a completely dry country, and under no circumstances, guests can't even have their bar fridge in their room while we docked in Saudi Arabia. But everything else is accepted, and of course, the alcohol will be served. Now, I want
I
to
really like
end.
that because that means that you're working with the countries and you're respecting their cultures, and I think that that's just an incredible thing to do, and I thank you guys for that because I think honoring where you're going and holding their cultures means a lot, and
Well,
I think
thank
that's
you for
fabulous.
recognizing that. Listen, I will say to you, we kind of have no option, but that is obviously what we do, where we have to fall in line with whatever they dictate and what their culture is. And we are respectful of that, of course, as well.
Yeah.
I would love to encourage your guests to go onto our website, which is windstarcruises.com, and look up our specials. But for Kathleen's guests watching this, you do need to know that because Kathleen's agency is a preferred partner with Windstar Cruises, they get special amenities, which include a shipboard credit, which include different perks that you will not get if you call us directly. We work exclusively with our travel agency partners, travel advisor partners, and we give them these special perks because they're selling our product on our behalf. So go online, look at the special offers that we have, but then go back to Kathleen because she'll be then not only able to give you the same price that you see, probably sometimes better because they get special offers, but will be able to add the special amenities that I've spoken about. One of the
important, yes.
Absolutely. Shipboard credit. Who doesn't want that? Absolutely. So something that we come out with on every Thursday, something we call 747. Kathleen, you know about this. We put 7 cruises on sale at a really great discounted rate. They go on for 7 days. So from Thursday to the following Wednesday night. And then the next Thursday, we come out with another 7 different sales. These are combinable with your special amenities that we give to you. So I encourage guests, look what's on sale. You might think, well, I wanted to go to Greece. I wanted to go to Iceland. Wherever it is that we put on sale for that week, speak to Kathleen and she can assist you. For any guests here that are solo guests that travel on your own and you know about those huge single supplements that all the cruise lines add on, normally, we add a 75% single supplement when you're traveling as a solo guest. We have a long list under the specials where we offer 0% single supplement, or some cruises is at 20%, Kathleen. So it is phenomenal for your single guests to be able to take advantage and sail on our beautiful itineraries on Windstar. So I want to encourage not only your guests, but you to encourage your single clients. We have our Star Collector voyages. Anything longer than 14 days, we give all guests free daily laundry. So we've got a grand adventure in the Caribbean for 55 days on our beautiful big sailing ship, the Wind Surf, which takes only 342 guests, and she's our biggest ship. You kind of think, well, for 55 days, how much baggage can I possibly take? The airlines won't let me take that much. With free daily laundry, honestly, you put something on, you think, well, I've worn this, or I'm not in the mood to wear this today. It goes in your laundry bag, you throw it outside your door, and it's back in your closet the next day, completely laundered. So it is a huge and fabulous advantage and benefit to have that. And again, the more itineraries that they do, or the more back-to-backs they do, there obviously is a bigger discount. So, that's the benefit of that. Your guests might be wondering, well, I don't know, am I the typical Windstar guest? I will say that we don't confirm children under the age of 8. We're too small for children's meals. We're too small to have a zip line or a racetrack on our ships. But for us, it's about those guests who are really engaged, who are really want to get out and have that amazing adventure in a very informal way, in a very unpretentious way. And that's what Windstar is all about. As I say, that understated elegance. You want that authentic, immersive experience in the amazing destinations that we go to, and travel in an intimate experience. Again, let me say, kind of like a river cruise experience on the ocean, but traveling with like-minded people. So here we are. We've got some fabulous destinations, some beautiful itineraries. We're chomping at the bit. I keep using that expression, but we can't wait to welcome your guests and hopefully, Kathleen, you in the very near future onto our ships. So with that, I'd like to thank you for inviting me again. And again, as I say, we look forward to having you and your guests on board. Thank you.
Thank you for putting all that together. I know it's a lot of work for you and I greatly appreciate it. And it was really nice to see some of those itineraries. Like, it's pretty much you go everywhere, all over the whole globe. And I love how it's so immersive, and I love it. It's amazing. So thank you so much for sharing that.
Thank you,
and I hope that, everybody who's watching this, if you didn't get to see the images because you're listening to this in the podcast, head on over to the YouTube channel, Plenty of Sunshine Travel on YouTube, and you'll be able to see all those gorgeous food pictures because they were amazing. So yummy. Can't wait. So again, thank you so much. I muchly appreciate
Thank
it. And I
you.
hope everybody has a great week. Goodbye, everybody.
Thank you, everyone. Take care. Bye.
Hey guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this week's cruise chat with Andrea. It was nice to see some of those itineraries. I love how they dive deep right into the areas and the culture. And I mean, that's why I travel, right? I'm not a tourist, I'm a traveler. I love to dig deep and I love to get into some of those, not really known areas. And I think that they're just fabulous. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite itinerary was and what you guys liked about Windstar. I'm dying to hear that. I'm really curious what you think about Windstar because it's not really a one of those like mainline ones. It's not one that you hear on the TV or commercials or those kind of marketing, but they are there and they are really stunning, and boy did they take care of you. They are all about the customer service, which is amazing. So I'm curious to know your favorite itinerary and where'd you like to go. That would be great to hear that below. Next week, I'm going to be meeting with Lynn Blad, and we are going to be going over some of their itineraries. I've had the pleasure to meet with them once, and it was really fascinating to learn about that because they really concentrate on what's below on the ocean. They go to outstanding destinations, don't get me wrong, but they have some really great programs where you're talking about the sea life and the coral and all of the ocean fish in the marina, and it's amazing. And I look forward to meeting with them again. So thank you so much for watching. Make sure you've subscribed because all these videos come out on typically Thursday or Friday of every week. And if you've subscribed, then you get the notification and it's all good. So I hope everybody has a great week. Bye, everybody. Oh, and I'll see you. Hopefully, I will see you on board. I have a lot of great cruises that are coming up, a lot of group cruises, and I'd love to have you on board with me. So reach out to me, info@plentyofsunshinetravel.com, and I can get you guys on board on some of our group cruises. So we'll see you guys next week or on board. Bye for now.